What is up, scent heads, smell beast, and frag freaks? It's your boy. My name is Mega Dave, and today, Daddy's coming home. That's coming up next, and this is Mega Dave's Faves. Yo, what is good, Fave fam? For everybody returning, I want to say thank you so much for being a Favy baby. It really means a lot. And if this is your first time here, welcome. As I said before, my name is Mega Dave, and this is my channel, Oh So Fresh, and this is my series, Mega Dave's Faves, and I do reviews on fragrances that I absolutely love. And I hope that you love them too. If you do, give me 2 huge, fresh thumbs up. That lets me know that you enjoyed the content. Also, think about subscribing and hit me decent right there in the old bell end. That lets you know when I'm uploading new content, because who knows, it could be your favorite fragrance that I review next. Today, we are on another Terence Hughes. If you've watched my channel for some time, you know I love his house. I love his fragrances. They make strong, sexy, original fragrances that are amazing. They last really good on my body. So let's get straight into this baby right now. The fragrance that we got is a brand new release called Daddy. All right, so Daddy was just released. I got it over here across the pond, got on a boat, came on a Pelican, got stuck somewhere down in Cincinnati. I swung it back over here. Thank God I got it, because this thing is amazing and I could not wait to get it on my skin. But let me shut up and get to why you guys all came here and get to the scent breakdown. All right, as always, I got Daddy. And of course, the man who's ready for any sexual encounter, the handy dandy fresh strip. And we're gonna take Daddy to paper. It's extremely good. All right, so this opens up bright, fresh, cheery. It has like a couple things that I can smell. I pick up some super lifting, bright bergamot. I expected bergamot to be in here to help keep this thing lifted, keep it very open, very, very lively. And then we have this juicy, sweet, it's not a super tart apple. The apple that I get's a little bit sweet. It's very cheery, it's juicy as well. It smells very realistic, like you're biting into almost like a red Macintosh apple. I don't know what they call them over there, but that's what I get. It's not a green apple, it's not tart, it's sweet. It's juicy, definitely bright, almost has this youthful type of note in the beginning, and things do change pretty quickly, but the opening I think is absolutely stellar. All right, as we get to the mid, so that bright cheerfulness changes a little bit. It starts subduing a little bit, but it does not become a bad fragrance. It just starts becoming a little bit more sensual, a little bit more sexual, if you will. There's this warm vanilla that starts pulling in here like a tonka bean, not quite earthy, but it's not quite like super sweet vanilla like you're thinking. And then there's some spices that are behind it, almost like the baked apple type of thing. Like an apple pie, kinda, without a super sweet like amount of it, but you get this bakery type feel without it being gourmand. Because I do think this is like classified as an oriental, but it's just amazing. The opening to the mid does a complete 180. Both would be great fragrances if they stay like that by themselves, but you get both in one, and then it changes again when he starts going down to the dry down. All right, as always, I wear every fragrance. I was super excited to get this. I got this on Monday, so now I think it's been like 2 days at least. The dry down been here for a hot minute, and I do mean a hot minute. It's been, I don't know, 10 hours plus. I can still pick it up. I've wore this multiple days in a row. Clothing, still on the clothing. I expect that from Terence Hughes. If you have any Terence Hughes stuff, you know what I mean. Stuff just lasts on me. It pushes off me, it projects off me. I'm gonna get to that a little bit later. But you get this woody dry down, and then he's calling this like a clean oud. I have no idea what the hell that means. All I know is that it smells a little smoky. It does not come off funky. Some can be animalistic, barnyard, piss, shit, like whatever you want to call it. This is clean, it's musk. It has that Terence Hughes lifters that are inside of it. So if you're a fan of fragrances like Neon, Ozone, things like that, that have those lifters, That musk that's in there, it's in here as well, but it's just fantastic. You get more of that vanilla that comes through as well. Like I said, that woody base is there. And then you get this nice spice that's still carried from the mid down to the base, and it comes off a little smoky, a little mysterious. You get this oriental vibe, but it also has this like cinnamony, nutmeggy type of note. It's just fantastic. It's not black pepper type of spice. It's just so sexy. And I don't mean to overstate this as being a sexy fragrance, because that's exactly what this is. All right, we got that out of the way. Now, who, what, when, where, how, why, all of that. So who can wear this? This absolutely is a masculine fragrance. Now, saying that, if you're a lady or whatever you consider yourself and you like smoky, woody, deep fragrances, you're gonna like this. Now, the opening could be something perceived completely different because it is fun, it is cheery, it is bright, but it does change and gets down to what I believe to be a masculine fragrance. Now, it does have some sweet nuances, but there are some little challenges to females that they may not like certain things in here. The musk may come off a little masculine, but I'll leave that entirely up to you. I think it is a fantastic fragrance, but designed, I think, mostly for the man. All right, now, when to wear this thing? Fall, check. Spring, check. Winter, check. I'm wearing it now and it's snowing outside, so that has to tell you a little bit something. In fact, I wore this fragrance, got complimented 3 times. Now, mind you, I did go inside, was getting my hair cut. I don't know, it looked kind of good, beard growing out. But I did get 2 compliments. One from the actual barber that was giving me a haircut, was a female. Then the cashier lady or whatever at the front, she said I filled the entire salon. So this is through masks and all this COVID shit that's going on. So fantastic, absolutely thrilled when I get compliments. Yeah, I know, I'm a little slut. I like to get compliments. That's why I wear fragrances. It makes me feel good, but I like when it makes someone else feel good. But that's completely off the topic. So winter, fall, spring, probably summer, depending where you are. Put it in the nighttime, I think you'll be just fine. All right, now speaking of nighttime, where to wear this fragrance? Dates, absolutely. Sex, absolutely. Night times, absolutely. Wear this as your daily driver? I don't think so, and not for the reason that you're thinking. I think this is a little bit too sexy to be a daily wear. You can do whatever the hell you want to do, but I do think this is a sexy, and I mean sexy, date night, if we can go back out, clubs, restaurants, bars, things like that, because it is absolutely a sexy, sensual fragrance. It's just going to push out. You're gonna get compliments, it's a fact. People are going to smell this and it comes off very sexy. So dates, like all that. The nighttime, party life, like that stuff is where you put this. All right, now how to wear this. You can do it like me. I know he suggests to overspray this thing. I don't really think it's necessary, depending if you're gonna be close proximity for a long time, maybe you do a little bit less, but I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 here, bam, 8. Perfect. I think it actually is a little bit too much, but that's how many I wore when I got the compliments. So I'm going to stay doing the 8 sprays. I think it was just the right amount. It's not overdoing it. With that though, I did get 10+ hours. Now on clothes, I can still smell it a day later. I do expect it to last. On skin, extreme loud push, 2+ hours past your fingertips, just carries on and on and on. That base is just designed to sit on your skin. That oud, that wood, that musk, everything that's built in there is just designed to sit on your skin and stay there for a long time. And I know Aaron calls it imprinting technology. You'll give you somebody a hug. They wearing daddy now too. You're in bed doing your thing, daddy on somebody, daddy doing his thing. When that person leaves, they still wearing daddy hours after daddy been on them. So just know that this thing does carry, it does push, it does exactly what he says that it does. All right, we got that out of the way. Now let's get to the fresh score. All right, as always, with the fresh score, we got 7 categories, 5 points each. A max of 35 points would be an absolute perfect score. And those categories are packaging, sprayer, performance, value, versatility, originality, and compliments. All right, starting with the packaging. We have the same matte black, and I don't say that as a diss. This is the same packaging that all ATH stuff comes in now. This matte black with the shiny box fits in there beautifully. Everything stamped on there. The soft touch technology feels like velvet in your hands. It's a perfect fit for someone like me with larger hands. Cap, magnetic, does not come off You know, you can hold it by it, but I'd be a little bit careful. But I think the presentation is fantastic. It's not the best in the world, but it's not the worst either. I think it stands alone by itself, especially if you have a bunch of these. It fits in there nicely, has a good heft to it, 4 points. All right, now getting into sprayer. So the sprayer, boom, very adequate. It has a fine mist. It's pretty wide. It has a good burst, so it helps you put it where you need to put it. Great thing about this, you don't need to put 100 sprays of this. You can do it if you want to and get complimented for the rest of your life. But you know, the sprayer does exactly what it needs to do. It isn't the best, but it definitely isn't the worst. I think it's right in the middle, or maybe just a little bit better. So the sprayer, 3.5 points. All right, getting into something this thing does extremely well. Performance. This thing just goes and goes and goes. It's the Energizer Bunny of fragrances. Now, I do like to leave a little tiny margin of performance for some people this may not last on. It does on me, and my skin is generally pretty tough on fragrances. That's why I stick to houses that last on me consistently. This one does exceedingly well. So performance, 4.5 points. All right, now getting into value. Now, this will be extremely subjective. I look at what I paid for it for the size of bottle. So I did have to pay a little bit more coming across seas. So I'm gonna take that completely out of the factor. If you're in Europe, London, UK, wherever, it's gonna be even less for you. So I paid 150 euros for 50 ml. So that's about 3 euros a ml. I think that's pretty fair, especially for the stuff that he uses, naturals, the projection, the amount that you do not have to apply, if that makes any sense. You're not using as much juice as a fragrance, say from MFK, that cost about the same or more. You're using less, so it lasts a little bit longer. Presentation looks great. The juice smells amazing. So I think for value, 4 points. All right, again, subjective. Depends where you live, but versatility. If you live very cold, you may get a little bit more use out of this. If you live in burning hot, you may not be able to use this as much. Now, that being said, you could still put it at nighttime, daytime, where you live, office. Like, there's a lot of ways that you control this. But for versatility, spring, fall, winter, you can use it anytime, anywhere. So for that, 4.5 points. All right, getting into originality. There is nothing that smells like this. Yeah, some things have apple, some have vanilla, some have some spices. I don't know anybody that's using natural oud. I haven't smelled it. Usually oud is oud. You have a couple different agar woods, some off a little stank, some a little bit sticky, a little wet, damp. This is clean, fantastic, lasts a long time. Originality is through the roof. I think it's worth 4.5 points. All right, now getting into compliments. I don't like to give too many 5s. I don't know too many people that are going to dislike this fragrance, to be honest with you. Apple, very popular. Everyone loves the smell of apple. Vanilla mixed with it, everyone. Bergamot is the most used fragrance note in the history of fragrance notes. So no one's gonna really dislike it. It doesn't come off smelling like a lemon cleaner, so that's a plus. The dry down is fantastic. Plus compliment factor, you have to be able to smell it. And that's what this does exceedingly well. It pushes and pushes and pushes. Lasts on your skin, so you're going to get noticed a lot more, thus going to give you more compliments. I'm gonna do this, and that's gonna be a little subjective to some people. 5 points for compliments, because I think everyone is gonna love this. Now, I know there's a little flex. Oh, I don't like it. If you don't, you deserve to be punched in the face, because this is a stellar fragrance, not just hyping the thing up. I think it's beautiful. So that's what it is. All right, we tally those up, and we got a whopper of a fragrance. 30 points. I think that's the best. I'm trying to think back with all the fragrances I've done. I think this is the highest score. The compliment thing, I went back and forth, wanted to give it 4.5 points, but I think it smells phenomenal. I got hits the first day that I wore this thing. I went out, just compliment city because of how much it fills the room. And it actually is a pleasant smelling fragrance. So it's not like you're just smelling a room up with stank. You're smelling a room up with fantasticness. So all in all, I think this is a wonderful release from him. I did pick up this. I have Homme from him and Ombre Extreme he sent to me on the free. Shh, be quiet. So I will be reviewing both of those. Homme, another great hit. Smells a little bit like lipstick, so I'm gonna get into that. But till I come to you again, I love you guys as always. Don't forget to check down below in the description, get you some merch, support your boy, help me make more videos. Until I come to you again, I love you. Continue to be blessed and stay fresh.
We got these shorties on the floor.